welcome back to Sarah Grace Cookie Company. I'm so glad to have you here today. Today, excuse me y'all, this audio quality may be just a little bit funky. I'm recording on my iPhone, so I hope that the audio sounds okay. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments and if you can see everything okay. I'm going to go and share our live video to the Cookie Confidence Facebook group. So while I'm doing that, let me know in the comments if you have a hard time controlling your creativity. Sandy and I were just talking in the comments where I was announcing the live video thing for today, and she said that she has this problem all the time. You know, deciding how to decorate your cookie set is one of the hardest parts and most time-consuming parts of actually decorating cookies. So sometimes it can be hard to kind of control the ideas, to tame the ideas, to have the ideas sometimes. For some of us, we have trouble coming up with ideas for what we want to do. Sometimes we have too many ideas. So today I'm sharing a framework with you that I use to design my cookie sets that I think will really help you. It doesn't take any of the creativity away. You still get to do what you want to do in each set, but it kind of gives you a starting point and a way to figure out what you're going to do in a given set. So I'm going to go and share our video right quick. Let me know in the comments. Here we go. Now then, we're going to share this to Cookie Confidence. If you're not a member of Cookie Confidence yet, definitely check it out. It's a great place to learn about cookie decorating, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Okay, here we go. We're all shared and ready. So I'm going to have it where I can see y'all's comments. It looks like I can see them okay on here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so I have a framework that I use every time I decorate a set of cookies. Anytime I get an order, which I don't take custom orders anymore because I'm focused full-time on my members in the SG Cookie Academy. But when I did take orders, I had a framework for how I would design those cookies. And this was so that I would not spend way too much time on an order, and so that I would be able to have kind of a starting point to get me going when I'm thinking about how I want to decorate them. Because before I developed this framework, before I had a process for how I designed cookies, it was kind of a free-for-all. And sometimes I would just spend really inefficient amounts of time. Like I would spend a lot of time racking my brain, scrolling through Pinterest, scrolling through Pinterest, looking at different ideas, and just kind of procrastinating as I'm thinking about what design I wanted to do. So I have 3 designs in each set that I do. If you want to change this number, you can, but 3 is a nice number for me. Whether that's a dozen cookies or 5 dozen cookies or however many, I always get 3 designs unless the customer requested otherwise. Of course, you determine how you're going to do this, but I like to do 3 different designs, and those consist of one that is a little bit simple. So that's a cookie that I feel that I'm really, really good with the technique. It's easy to do. It's maybe 1 to 2 colors. It might take 2 to 3 minutes for me to finish up. It's going to go really quick. It's one that I'm comfortable with, quick at. It's a design and a technique that I feel really good about being quick and easy. So that might be like a wet on wet. That might be a simple shape. That is a level 1 cookie, and I have 1 cookie design in each set that's a level 1 cookie. Now, I repeat these to get to whatever number of cookies I need. So if I'm doing a dozen, I would have 4 copies of this level 1 cookie. And then I would have another design, which would be my level 2 cookie. And this takes maybe 3 to 4 minutes to do. It's a little bit more time intensive, a little bit more work than the level 1, than the most basic. It's kind of a mid-level. It's something you don't have to pull out a ton of equipment for. It might have 2 to 3 colors, but it's not something that's going to take you a super, super long time. It's not super, super intricate. It's just kind of midway between the super, super intricate showstopper cookie and the super easy, simple, get it done cookie. That's a level 2. Now, I'll also have my third cookie, which I like to call a level 3. That is super intricate, showstopper, pull out the projector, pull out the airbrush, like throw the kitchen sink at that cookie, because it is your super awesome showstopper big time cookie. And I like to incorporate one of those designs in each set. Now, if you're trying to do a set of 12 showstopper, amazing, awesome cookies, if you're charging for it and you're setting aside the time for it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. But every set can't be that way unless, of course, you're setting aside time for it. I'm just meaning like when I was taking normal, everyday, regular custom orders, you know, you want to kind of mix in the easy and the more difficult designs, so or the more time consuming as well, so that you kind of have a general time frame of how long it takes to do an average order. Now, this is not just for people who are making cookies for a business or a side hustle. If you are still in that phase where you're practicing, you're doing some practice sets, and you're thinking, well, it really doesn't matter what design process I use for my practice sets, they're just for practice, I still recommend using this process because it allows you to do something you're comfortable with and build your confidence with that level 1 cookie, something simple. It allows you to kind of push a little further and build your skills, and also really push your limits and get better with that level 3. Something to note here, a level 1 for me is going to be different than a level 1 for someone else. This is going to vary from person to person, depending on your skill level and your experience and your comfort level. So if you're just getting started and you're working on those practice sets, your level 1 might just be flooding around the cookie. It might just be doing an outline and flooding it, and that's level 1, and that's what you feel really comfortable with and can do. Now, if you are a little bit more advanced, then a level 1 might be something like a little bit more intricate wet on wet, or I used to consider flowers like a basic, simple design for me because I do flowers so much. I incorporate them into almost every set, and I could put a flower on my turntable and knock it out in 1 to 2 minutes because I just love doing them that much. So whatever falls into those categories for you, just make it work for you and your skill level and comfort level. So I've got some examples of like the level 1 basic cookies. For most people, that's probably going to be like a simple wet on wet design. I was thinking like, I did some birthday cookies a while back for a friend that were just plain pink, the number cookies, can't think of the number, 16. Duh. They were just a number 16, and they were pink and very simple, and I would consider that more of like a level 1. Some wet on wet designs, like the little cute roses, the hearts. One that I saw on Pinterest that I thought was a good level 1 example was like the circle cookies where you have the green dots and you drag the scribe through them to make the wreath shape at Christmas time. That's a really good level 1 example. That would also include like some simple shapes. That's only going to be like 1 to 2 consistencies total. If you want to use like a flood consistency and then maybe some other consistency to do some details on top. Maybe 1 to 2 colors of icing. Simple textures. You could do that paintbrush poke method. Have y'all seen that where you let the icing get almost dry and then you poke it with the end of the paintbrush? Like the solid end. And it makes the little galvanized look. That's one option. You could do like a simple paintbrush stroke, some sprinkles. Those are all really good examples of level 1, easy, quick cookies that you can incorporate into your sets. Some examples of level 2 cookies, some like midway difficulty cookies that aren't going to be too hard but are going to look a little bit more elevated would be 2 to 3 colors. You could try some hand painting or some luster dust, like that old luster dust that we've got a course about in the membership. We've got that beginner watercolor and luster dust course in the membership if you're interested in that. And like some simple pipe designs, some, maybe doing a couple different techniques in combination. Like it wouldn't be all the things, you wouldn't have to pull out all the equipment, but a little bit more than that level 1. And for the level 3 cookies, these are things that you would do, like maybe a wet on wet background with a word on top that you use your projector to trace, and maybe you do an airbrush background and do something with the projector on top. Character cookies. These are the ones that are a little bit more advanced, that take some more time. And they're beautiful to have in your set, but if you're trying to conserve time and energy, you probably don't want to do all 12 of your dozen cookies with these level 3 techniques, like pulling out the projector and the airbrush and all that stuff. So, do you have like a number of designs that you include in each set? I'm curious. Do you have a set number? Do you kind of take it as it comes and decide when you get there, kind of thing? Okay, I just got a heart. I think that means I agree, right? Okay. Y'all, I lost my place. I had some notes here. Here we go. Okay, so this is just a starting point. It's just a way to kind of get your bearings and plug in some different ideas when you have a different set or a different theme. Of course, if you get a theme that inspires you and you just get a wild hair and want to go do 100 level 3 cookies, go for it. I mean, there's no reason you can't do that. I got an order the other day for my friend Misty, who has the Watson House Interior store in Florence. Everything she has in there is beautiful, and I'm inspired every time I go in. So I spent way more time than I had allotted making some really pretty succulent cookies and like some different painted things. And sometimes the inspiration just carries you away and you have to go for it. That's totally fine. I'm just meaning like on a day-to-day basis, everyday orders. This is a good way to kind of control the amount of time you spend, not only on the design process, but on the decorating process as well. If you have a time limit for different levels of cookies or the cookies that you're going to make, then it does make it easier to kind of not get lost in thought and start having your time float away from you, because that has happened to me many a time. I will look up and it's 5 o'clock and time for me to go get the kids and start supper, and then before I know it, I've only done like half of one set because I've been so intent on the design that I'm doing. Okay, well, I'm not able to see any comments where I'm looking right now. I've got it pulled up on my iPad, so if I have missed your comment, if you've commented and I haven't replied to it, I apologize. Thank you if you have commented. Just a few quick announcements while I'm live, just to let y'all know. I am going to be coming out with the Royal Icing Flowers workshop soon. We did the Mother's Day bouquet, which was like some pretty wet on wet designs, how to make a bouquet if you're a beginner, that kind of thing. That was last week. And we are going to have the Mother's Day, or not the Mother's Day, we had the Mother's Day class. We are going to have another workshop. We have a monthly live workshop where I show you different cookie decorating techniques each month. If you're a member in the SG Cookie Academy, then you get those workshops for free. That's part of your membership, in addition to your coaching and all that good stuff. But if you're not a member and you just want to come to the workshop, you're welcome to purchase that. They're $25 each when we do those live workshops, and you get a Zoom link that will take you to the workshop, and you get lifetime access to the replay as well. Right now I'm looking at May the 26th. If you want to go ahead and plug that into your calendar, that will be our next workshop date. I'm not sure about time and everything yet. I'll get that squared away soon. But I'm about to go and make our examples for the florals class. It's going to be the piping tip, big, puffy, beautiful florals, and we're going to get really down into the nitty-gritty of how to make those. I'm going to show you really up close and personal how to move your hand, what kind of tips to use, all the kind of in-depth information about making florals, so that even if you've never made them, you can come away from the class feeling good and confident about your Royal Icing florals. So I'm looking forward to that, and if you have any questions, just let me know. You can always reach me here on Facebook, or you can send me an email at sarahgracecookieco@gmail.com. Y'all follow and subscribe and do all the things, like the video, share the video if you know someone who would be interested in this. I'm going to come over here around the island and click finish. Thank y'all for watching today. Cynthia says she takes it as I go, but I have to stop that. It's taking too long to decide and regroup. Yeah, I was in that same boat, Cindy. It just takes a long time to make those decisions, and that was something that really helped my business grow, just from a business standpoint, not only cookie design, but from a business standpoint. It really helped me kind of start to make those systems and make the business fit into my life, rather than trying to make my life fit in the moments between my business. I hope that's helpful. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.